8 foods you should avoid if you want a six-pack. Let's face it, well-defined abs are now nearly everyone's goal. This is especially true for those who work out every day. Strengthening your muscles, getting rid of fat, and sculpting your abs is the result of continual work. This work is accompanied by a lot of effort and discipline. The majority of the work is centered on exercise. However, it's also important to correct bad dietary habits that affect your results. For example, it's necessary to limit certain foods you eat, especially those that cause inflammation and make you gain fat. In this article, we want to show you the 8 main foods you should avoid. This way, you can replace them with healthier options. Fried foods. Fried foods are rich in saturated fats. Unfortunately, these fats can steer you towards the development of metabolic disorders. The problem is even greater when the fried foods are fried with bread or breading. Eating fried foods on a regular basis increases the number of calories you consume. In the long run, they lead you to being overweight, to developing diabetes, and to other health problems. Mass-produced sauces. Their flavor is very addictive, and they can even go well with many dishes. However, mass-produced sauces and dressings are bad for you. They are full of saturated fats, calories and added chemical substances. These definitely get in the way of losing weight. They can also cause problems with anxiety. Luckily, there are homemade recipes made with organic ingredients. That means they can complement your dishes without sacrificing your health. You can eat these 2 or 3 times per week. Of course, you should always eat them in moderate portions. Processed meats. Some people think of them as a significant source of protein. However, processed meats are harmful to your health. Hidden behind their freshness and delicious flavor, there is a large number of added chemicals. In the long run, these cause metabolism problems. Eating them on a regular basis is related to several things. Among them, there is weight gain, diabetes, and even some cardiovascular diseases. Also, their high content of fat and salt causes an imbalance of your body's inflammatory processes. This causes water retention and abdominal bloating. Cookies. Cookies can be very misleading. This is especially true when their packages say things like low-calorie or light. It's true that they help control our hunger. However, eating them on a regular basis can get in the way of sculpting your ABS. This is because they are made with flours, sugars, and other additives that are high in calories. These all get in the way of fighting weight gain. Breads and cakes. Most breads, cakes, and pastries are made with refined flours. These impede digestion and increase inflammation. Yes, they are delicious. However, eating them regularly gets in the way of your ABS looking flat and toned. This isn't only due to the fact that they increase abdominal bloating. They also increase the likelihood of having love handles or accumulating abdominal fat. This is due to their high fat content. Salty foods. Eating too many salty foods is harmful to both your health and your weight. First, sodium increases the amount of water retention you have in your bodily tissues. It also causes dangerous inflammatory reactions. At the same time, it raises the risk of suffering from hypertension and renal problems. As far as your abdomen is concerned, it gets in the way of looking toned and strong. This is because besides increasing bloating, it also increases the accumulation of fats. Drinks. All processed drinks have chemical substances and artificial sugar. These directly affect your body weight. This even includes drinks labeled light or 0 calories. Many people ignore them. However, these liquids raise your blood sugar level. They also make it more difficult for your metabolic processes. Not to mention they increase the amount of fat accumulated around your abdomen. The problem is even greater with carbonated drinks. This is because they cause intestinal problems and cause inflammation and flatulence. Do you regularly consume some of these foods? If so, it's time to take them out of your regular diet. This way, they won't interfere with your efforts to get toned ABS. Instead, increase your intake of fruits, cereals, and high-quality protein sources. After being absorbed, they help to increase your muscle mass.